This is Nate Ortiz, and this is Walking in Power. We are in Proverbs chapter 3. If you've been following along, hopefully you've been trekking along with me. But I want to talk about creating full circle moments. Now, the term full circle moments actually came from a Shakespeare play. And how I like to deem full circle moments, we kind of maybe have an understanding for it. But I like to say is when you begin to speak something out, when you begin to lay out a vision for yourself or for others and say, imagine this, imagine something that we're moving towards. And when you go through that process to get what you spoke out or had a vision for, and you get to that place where you're enjoying it, it's a full circle moment. People can look and say, I remember when you were talking about this. I remember when you were casting the vision for it. So now you're actually enjoying what you were talking about. That's this full circle moment. And in Proverbs chapter 3, there's a couple verses that stood out to me that I want to talk to you guys about. That maybe you're creating your full circle moment right now. Maybe you're in the first part of casting, or maybe you're enjoying your full circle moment. But here's what I want to point out to you, that wherever you are in this process, there's this understanding that the certain things that are developing within you, you're gonna need later in this full circle moment. You're not just gonna say, well, I did it just for a period of time, and I don't need wisdom. I don't need this this understanding of what comes through in Proverbs. And so there's three things I want to pull away from it when you are creating these full circle moments. The first one is believe why you are starting, right? We understand that it's been in leadership models of, right, know your why, and we get that. But believe in why you are starting. Sometimes people have their why, but they don't believe enough in their why to really follow through. They don't believe enough in it to really say, I believe so deeply in this. Everything in my life is gonna bend around this. So for me, right, everything for me is filtered or bent around my faith, right, and who Jesus is in my life and why I do what I do. And when God gives you a vision, right, when you are creating your full circle moments, when God gives you a vision, it will typically start in singular form. So God might speak to you of something. Maybe it's a dream that you're having, a vision you're having for yourself, something you want to manifest, and you're speaking it out, right? It typically starts in singular form, but know that as God continues to give you increase, there has to be this element of it's going to be for other people, what God is doing in your life, right? To serve others, not just the ones that you feel deserve it, but God calls us to serve people. He says it multiple times over. To be the greatest is to be a servant. In verse 3, he says, do not let kindness and truth leave you. Bind them around your neck, write them on the tablet of your heart. Why? Verse 4 says, so you will find favor and a good reputation in the sight of God and man. We want to have favor. We want to have a good reputation. Everyone wants those things. No one would say, I don't want those things. I don't care about things that are not important. Right? Your name and who you are important. They matter. It matters, right? When people say your name, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? But believe in the why you're starting. When you are starting, you want to know, listen, I need to have truth and kindness around me. I need to have it around my neck to remind myself that what I'm moving towards, God has called me to, is much bigger than I can even imagine or think, and it's going to serve other people. It's going to bless other people. And so when you think about that, believe in the why you're starting, have the strong belief in it, but know that whatever you're operating in, you need kindness and truth to go with you. Because sometimes people could be kind to you because they want to be a part of what you're doing, or they don't want to crush you, and they'll be kind, but they're not being true. And then there's people who want to give you all the truth, but they're not being kind. You know, there's that old saying that, kind words aren't always pretty, and pretty words aren't always kind. You have to have both around you. So when you get those, you are laser focused on what God has for you. And when you have those guiding you, you can really believe in your why, because you know your intentions are pure. You know they're true, and you know they're going to be kind. And you need those things around you. And when you operate in that, right, you're going to grow. Your reputation is going to grow. People are going to know, hey, that's a good person. I mess with them. People are going to know, hey, that's a person who's upstanding, has good character, good morals, good sense about them, right? This is what God calls us to move in, that we have that. But then we also have truth guiding us, that we're not going to do things that are dishonoring to God, dishonoring to people. But we're going to say, God, I want your truth to guide me in all my handlings and all my business, that even when it's difficult, even when it's hard, kindness and truth are going to be bound around my neck so I can grow in favor and have good reputation, both with God and man. And that is a lethal combination that you can't beat. Believe in why you are starting, and let kindness and truth guide you. The second thing is trust in what God is doing. The scriptures tell us that God is the author and the finisher of our faith. And so many times people say, I trust God, I believe in God, but yet when it comes to parts of their lives that they are saying, Yeah, I have a vision for myself. I see myself being married. I see myself having this business. I see myself blessing other people. The moment things start going south, they feel like God isn't moving fast enough, or if I put my hands, I can move it faster. Listen, that never turns out well. Throughout the scriptures, there's tons of times, and I won't break it down this teaching, but there are tons of times where people say, I'm just going to help God out. God doesn't need our help. God wants to work with us. He wants to do it with us, all right? And so in the scriptures, it says, God, author, finisher of our faith, don't be taking the pen out of his hand. Don't be that person that said, well, I'm just going to help God out. Listen, walk with God. Trust in what God is doing in your life. Don't feel like you need to just always interject, but stay true to what God spoke to you, to what God put in your heart. It will be difficult to stay true and not add to things that God spoke to you. You want to keep that pure. You want to keep that right. All right. So make sure you do that, right? Verse 5, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. If everything required our complete understanding before God used us, not much would get done. He asks us to trust him, right? We do that many times with people's lives. Just trust me. And to build that trust in people, right? It takes a good reputation, like we were just talking about, and it takes favor. That's how you build that trust with people. That's how you build that connection with people that feel like, you know what, I'm ready to go to war with you. I'm ready to go to battle with you, right? For this full circle moment to happen, you're going to need that. You're going to need to trust in God that even in the highs and lows of the full circle moments, he's got you and he's with you. And the third thing for full circle moments and creating full circle moments is honor others from your blessings. God wants to bless his kids, but God does not want to bless us. So we just keep it to ourselves and we tell people, hey, look how blessed I am. Verse 9, it says, honor the Lord from your wealth. That's so wild that you could be in this place of having so much wealth that you say, I just want to bless people. Right? I just want to bless people with, financial things. I want to bless people just from the overflow of good things that happen in my life, where you can speak life into someone. You could bring encouragement to someone. You say, hey, it's never been easy for me. I'm enjoying my full circle moment and I want to help you. So I'm going to talk you up so you can get to where God has for you. And I'm going to speak. We were talking about earlier, right? Believing in why you're starting, right? You believe in your why you're starting, but then you're also going to say, listen, you need kindness and truth guiding you. And I want to give you both. I want to be kind, but I want to speak some truth to you. And that's going to build a relationship and it's going to get you to where you need to go. But you can honor others when you are looking at the blessings around your life. You say, listen, God has blessings for you, and I want to give that to you. You are blessed to be a blessing. In this life, the smallest life, the smallest life you can live is just when you think about what can God do for me and how can I benefit. But when you say, God, how are you blessing my life? How can I help other people? How can I give them, a hand up and not a hand out? How can I really empower them to be everything you've called them to be? Those are the things that we want to have in this life. These full circle moments are not to say, I made it myself, but imagine how much better we feel when we look around, right? You can sit in a room. You can look at text message you have and say, man, look what God was able to do in these full circle moments and how much we enjoy them when people are able to come with us. So believe in why you are starting. Remember what God called you to. Remember how God first spoke to you. Have that complete belief in your why. The second thing is, remember, trust in God and what he is doing. Trust him with everything in your life. You'll be amazed how God will come through, make you that much more just passionate about living your life the way the scriptures tell us to, the way the scriptures outline it. And the third is truly honor others from your blessings. Honor people around you, serve people, honor others from your wealth, honor the Lord from your wealth. There's no greater feeling that we can have that when we can really look at people around us and say, man, I'm blessed because you're in my life and I want to bless you. It's what we do as parents. It's what we do for people that we care about. Say, hey, how can I bless you? How can I lift you up? How can I encourage you? Hey, listen, thank you for being here, for walking in power. And I hope this was something spoke to you today and that you feel encouraged and something you can implement in your life. And we look forward to going to Proverbs chapter 4 next time. Hope you all have a good day.